Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we bring you a groundbreaking story that could reshape the global landscape as we know it. The Philippines, a nation historically reliant on energy imports, is now stepping boldly into the global spotlight with a transformative discovery. For decades, energy giants such as Saudi Arabia, the United States, and Russia have dominated the energy conversation, setting the pace and tone for the world's energy supply. Now, the Philippines is poised to join their ranks, marking a significant milestone in its history. A seismic shift is underway, triggered by a monumental discovery deep beneath the ocean floor, which promises to alter the energy landscape. This isn't just about more oil, it's about the strategic location where it was found and the staggering scale of the reserves, which could redefine energy distribution. The Philippines stands on the brink of not only energy independence, but also unprecedented economic growth, with potential benefits rippling across its economy. For the world, this means a new, stable energy source and a major shift in global power dynamics, potentially altering energy routes and market strategies. But with this opportunity comes significant challenges. How will this newfound wealth be managed, and how will the established energy giants react to this emerging player? Stay with us as we delve deeper into one of the decade's most compelling stories, a discovery that holds the potential to change everything we know about global energy dynamics. The news broke just days ago, sending shockwaves through global markets. The Philippine National Oil Company and partners have confirmed the Luzon supergiant, a colossal oil field off Luzon. Initial estimates, over 200 billion barrels, more than double Russia's proven reserves. This instantly places the Philippines among the world's top oil-rich nations. The find was made possible by new seismic imaging technology, revealing what was once hidden. If estimates hold, the Philippines could produce over 15 million barrels per day, transforming it into a top exporter. The announcement sparked national pride and optimism, but also global recalculations. World leaders and energy traders are now assessing what a Philippine energy superpower means for alliances and markets. Why is this discovery so monumental? The answer lies in the transformative power of oil, a resource that has shaped the destiny of nations for over a century. When a country uncovers vast oil reserves, it doesn't just find fuel. It unlocks a gateway to economic growth, technological advancement, and global relevance. Oil is the lifeblood of the global economy. Every day, millions of barrels are extracted, shipped, and refined, fueling the world's industries and keeping the wheels of commerce turning. From powering vehicles and airplanes to generating electricity, oil is at the heart of modern civilization. It powers transport, industry, and is a key ingredient in countless products, from plastics and fertilizers to medicines and cosmetics. Without oil, the conveniences and technologies we rely on would simply not exist. Control over oil means leverage, economic, political, and strategic. Countries with abundant oil can influence global markets, negotiate favorable trade deals, and strengthen their national security. For developing nations, oil can fund infrastructure, education, and social programs, transforming lives in a single generation. Roads, hospitals, and schools can rise where there was once only hope, lifting millions out of poverty. Energy independence shields economies from global price shocks and supply disruptions. When a nation produces its own oil, it can stabilize its economy and protect its citizens from sudden shortages or soaring costs. As a major producer, the Philippines can now insulate itself from volatility and attract foreign investment. International companies and governments will look to partner, bringing in capital, technology, and expertise. Oil wealth brings geopolitical influence. Nations seek partnerships with energy exporters. The Philippines will have a seat at the table in critical discussions about energy, trade, and security. The Philippines' new status will give it a stronger voice in global forums and negotiations, allowing it to advocate for its interests and shape international policy. As history shows, controlling energy supply is a powerful tool on the world stage. Nations that manage their resources wisely can weather crises and emerge stronger. The Luzon supergiant could be the ticket to prosperity and influence for generations, fueling not just economic growth, but also national pride and opportunity for all Filipinos. But with great power comes great responsibility. The challenge now is to balance progress with sustainability, ensuring that oil wealth benefits everyone while protecting the environment for future generations. The dream of oil wealth in the Philippines is nearly a century old. Early hopes centered on Palawan, with the Nido oil field marking a milestone in 1979. But these finds were modest, never granting true energy independence. Declining output pushed the country to rely even more on imports. That's what makes the Luzon supergiant so different. Previous finds were measured in millions, this one in hundreds of billions. It's a leap made possible by new technology, opening deepwater areas once thought unreachable. Generations of Filipinos have waited for this moment, a long-delayed national dream finally realized. The Luzon supergiant isn't just an economic windfall, it's a validation of decades of hope. For the Philippines, it's a future brighter than ever imagined. To truly grasp the seismic shift underway in the global energy landscape, it's essential to compare the Philippines' emerging potential with Russia's long-established power. These two nations, though vastly different in history and geography, are now being mentioned in the same breath when it comes to oil and energy influence. Russia, with its vast reserves of 80 billion barrels, has for decades wielded energy as a powerful tool of geopolitical influence. Its oil and gas exports have shaped alliances, fueled economies, and given Moscow leverage over both neighbors and distant nations. Now, the Philippines is stepping onto the world stage with over 200 billion barrels in potential reserves, more than double Russia's. If these resources are fully realized, the Philippines could not only surpass Russia in reserves, but also become a major force in global oil production, shifting the balance of power in Asia and beyond. This development introduces a major new supplier in a region that is critical for global trade and energy security. The Philippines, closely aligned with Western democracies, could become a reliable partner for countries seeking alternatives to Russian energy. For Asian nations, this means access to a new, stable source of energy, one that could reduce dependence on Russia and reshape regional alliances. The Philippines' entry into the market offers hope for greater energy security and economic cooperation across Asia. The Philippines' diversified, rapidly growing economy stands in stark contrast to Russia's heavy dependence on natural resources. While Russia's fortunes rise and fall with oil prices, the Philippines is building a future on technology, services, and innovation. Oil revenue could supercharge Philippine growth, providing critical funding for new infrastructure, education, and cutting-edge technology. This could transform the nation into a regional powerhouse, creating jobs and raising living standards for millions. As a new swing producer, the Philippines could play a stabilizing role in global markets, helping to smooth out price shocks and reducing the ability of any single nation to use energy as a political weapon. The global energy market is on the verge of becoming more balanced and far more competitive. With the Philippines rising, the world may soon see a new era of energy security, innovation, and opportunity. The Luzon supergiant will redefine the Philippines' global role. The focus now building the infrastructure to extract and export oil, a massive undertaking that will create thousands of jobs. Soon the Philippines will shift from importer to major exporter, turning trade deficits into surpluses. Oil revenue will strengthen the peso, boost reserves, and fund national investments. A sovereign wealth fund could secure long-term prosperity for future generations. The Philippines will become a key energy partner for Asia, reducing reliance on distant suppliers. Its new status will give it leverage in regional and global diplomacy. As a top-tier producer, the Philippines will have a powerful voice in energy policy and global governance. The nation is set to become an energy anchor in the Indo-Pacific. The Luzon supergiant's impact will ripple across the globe. A massive new supply from a stable nation could lower oil prices, benefiting consumers worldwide. It rebalances global power, reducing dependence on the Middle East and Russia. Energy importing nations gain options, boosting security and reducing vulnerability to supply shocks. Southeast Asia will see accelerated growth, with the Philippines as a regional economic engine. The oil boom will create opportunities for neighboring countries and global companies. But challenges remain. Other exporters may suffer, and the global transition to renewables could slow. The world must work with the Philippines to ensure oil wealth also drives investment in clean energy. This discovery could shape both the future of fossil fuels and the path to a greener world. The story of the Luzon supergiant is just beginning. Key questions. How quickly can the field be developed? Will the Philippines meet its ambitious targets? The government's management of oil wealth will be crucial. Strong institutions and transparency are essential. A well-run sovereign wealth fund could secure benefits for generations. Watch for geopolitical reactions. Will Russia and OPEC push back? Will the Philippines join new alliances? Security in the contested South China Sea will be a major concern, likely strengthening US-Philippines ties. The global energy transition is at stake. Will oil wealth fund renewables or entrench fossil fuels? The choices made now will shape the Philippines' legacy and the world's energy future. We'll be here to bring you every development.